Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece Chapter 830, He Who Gets Bet On, or something like that. So I'll start out, I'll go through it part by part before giving my overall thoughts at the end. So starting out, we do have this cover, and I mentioned on the cover that the cover has Rayleigh, and I also mentioned that the one dude looks like Fujitora. Now, there are some people thinking it is Fujitora, and I've got to say that it's not. The cane is different. His outfit looks a bit different than what Fujitora usually wears. The dude has like a scar, like, was this side? Like around there, and that's different because Fujitora has sort of an X or a triangle sort of shaped scar over his eyes. And this guy also has like actual like black pupils, it looks like, whereas Fujitora has like glazed over eyes. So not Fujitora, and also I don't think Oda would put Fujitora and Rayleigh together, like two characters that big to the universe, without explaining to us why they're together and having an actual real scene. So yeah, I don't think that it's Fujitora. Then, starting off the actual real chapter, either a few hours before or a few days before, I don't remember which, it's Jinbei giving a speech to his crew about how he wants to leave and join Luffy's crew at the Straw Hats. And so they tell him, you know, you've spent your entire life doing things for others. Everything you've done has been for others. You should finally do something selfish, Captain. And that scene was just amazing. Feels everywhere, completely amazing. I don't know, I just love it. Because it really made me feel a lot more for Jinbei's character and his personality, seeing it there. So it was a really, really good scene for Jinbei. It also made me like the Sun Pirates quite a lot, and I already loved the Sun Pirates. Just like their whole backstory that we got at Fishman Island, it was so awesome. So, I already love the Sun Pirates, but now I love them even more. But some people brought up how it might be a problem for Aladdin, who is the vice captain of the Sun Pirates. Now, Aladdin married one of Big Mom's daughters, as it seems someone in every crew that's part of her fleet has. Like her fleet, her pirate crew, her fleet is built around her actual family, so it makes sense that each of her sons or daughters are married into somebody from a crew that is now part of that fleet. We've seen Goatee is married to the one chick that looks like Lola. We've got Sanji is supposed to marry Pudding, that would bring the Straw Hats into Big Mom's crew, and also Germa 66, or Germa 66. I know I always say 66 instead. But yeah, so he's married to Charlotte Praline, the 29th daughter of Big Mom, who's a half mermaid. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, the design grew on me, and Praline is sexy, guys. Praline is pretty sexy. I'm liking it. Aladdin is a lucky fish man. And also we find out it's really cool that she says that she would choose Aladdin over Big Mom. And that brings up a really big concern for me, interjecting this here. Or not really a concern, but like a point, that all of Big Mom's children, they don't seem like they're bonded that close as family. Like, they even seem like they don't like Big Mom, or the only feeling they have towards her is fear. Because like the three we saw with Muscat was willing, he was trying to stop her to protect the citizens, good guy Muscat, and got killed by her. And the three other siblings are like, you know, when she's in a rage, not even her children are safe. Pudding seems like so scared of Big Mom that she couldn't possibly defy her orders. It seems like Pudding's helping us, but I don't believe it. But she seems really scared of Big Mom. Lola ran away from her so she could find her own love, because Big Mom would force her into marrying somebody. So there's just a lot of stuff there, and even now Praline would choose Aladdin over Big Mom. So there are a lot of things telling me that maybe their family really is not that close, because Big Mom is friggin' insane. So yeah, she's pretty damn insane. So from there we go to Muscat is dead, and it seems like the 3 siblings of his, the way they talk, I'm gonna say that they're 3 more of Big Mom's children, and that they're Muscout's siblings. But they're there with these weird shadow things, and the one, I think his name is Montdor, says, he says the thing about when she's in a rage, not even her children are safe, but he also says something about, like, pick it all up, don't leave even a second behind. So what I'm thinking is, like, maybe Big Mom, she spilled some of the lifespan she pulled out of him, and it's just hanging around in, like, the form of candy or something. I don't know. And those shadow things are picking it up. It's so confusing. Like, her power is very confusing right now. Hopefully we'll get a good explanation later. But when I first saw those shadow things and was trying to think, I was like, oh my god, Moria. But I don't think it's Moria, because, like, I know that I do this with, like, everything that looks shadowy. Every time I see something shadowy, I'm like, oh my god, it's Moria. Like with the crows in Sabo, I'm like, the crows are shadowy. Oh my god, Moria made crows. Yeah, because I am expecting Moria to come back in the story, he left in kind of a mysterious way, and we know his past, that Moria was sort of a good guy, then Kaido killed his crew, and it made him the bitter bad guy that he was in the Thriller Bark arc. So since that is the case with Moria, I think that he could actually make a good guy turn and come back to help us fight against Kaido, since Kaido is the enemy that sort of turned him bad. I could see Moria making the good guy turn and becoming Luffy's ally. But that was kind of beside the point. We get to Jinbei and Big Mom talking, and pretty much Big Mom's like, okay, you can leave, but in exchange, I'm taking something from you, because you leaving is taking you from me. So she brings out this roulette wheel, more Disney movie references, or not really references, but inspiration. It looks like Big Mom is the big man Oogie Boogie. So she has the roulette, and it seems like Jinbei could lose a limb. He could maybe lose his life. There are numbers on it that don't make much sense. Maybe that's years of lifespan. I have absolutely no clue what this roulette wheel is all about. But it's safe to assume Jinbei, next time we see him, will be injured or dead. But what I'm thinking, with Big Mom's power, even if she kills Jinbei, after they defeat her, can they make her give him more lifespan? Like, can she pull lifespan out of some people and give it to others and make them live super long? It also makes me think, if they defeat her or become allied with her, and I don't want them to ally with Big Mom, but it is a possibility. If they do defeat her and become allied with her, can they make her use her power to give Luffy some lifespan back, or give Luffy more lifespan? Since it said that he lost lifespan from using Gear Second, and then from fighting Magellan, and then again from using Ivankov's power too much. So he's lost a lot of lifespan. Can Big Mom give him more lifespan? I don't really get this power totally. Yeah, that's just one thing I'm wondering. But then we cut to a really, really cool setting with the Straw Hats at night, pulling the Thousand Sunny through this frozen sea of syrup. And it felt really piratey, like trying to burn your way through the frozen sea or whatever. It seemed really cool. I loved the setting. There were a bunch of ants, they remind me of the ants from Strong World. They're all around them, and Brook said that he put them to sleep. What else? Then we get some really good stuff, some more backstory for Pedro. We find out he was once a pirate traveling with Peckhams looking for poneglyphs. And he was traveling with Peckhams looking for poneglyphs at the behest of wanting to help Master Nekomamushi. And one thing with that is okay, so we find out he has a bounty. We find out he and Peckhams made it to Big Mom's territory and they were defeated there once. So I'm thinking I've already said that I think Peckham's and Pedro were going to have a sad past shared with one another that would maybe lead into Pedro for Straw Hat. And I think that could have to do with their sad past. Whatever happened that made Peckham's join Big Mom's crew and made Pedro run away from being a pirate and go back to Zoe. So Pedro's defeat, I think, is going to be an important flashback in the future. I think we're going to get a sad story from Pedro. And yeah, beyond that, we found out he was defeated there, and he says that his plan now is for when Luffy and them go to save Sanji, buy him some time while they're saving Sanji, causing some chaos, and he's going to steal Big Mom's poneglyph, because they're going to need it eventually anyway. So, again, that's great. Robin told Luffy to do that anyway, or at least make a copy, but they're going to steal the whole thing. They've got to steal the whole thing, you know? And they should steal the one that Jinbei brought to her as well, or the normal poneglyph that Jinbei brought to her, because damn it, Jinbei, why'd you give this bitch a poneglyph? But yeah, so we find out all of that, and all the while the thing that distracts me most is freaking Brook. Brook has three panels where he just stares at Luffy and Pedro and doesn't say anything, has ellipses. And if the character didn't have anything important to say, they just wouldn't show them, like with Carrot or Nami or Chopper. But they actually show Brook staring at them, saying nothing. That is suspicious as all hell. Brook knows something that he's not telling us, and I thought what he knew was about Germa 66. But I guess maybe he knows something about Pedro, or knows something about Big Mom? I have no clue anymore. I have no clue what Brook is hiding here, but he's clearly hiding something. And he even says, I guess Luffy was born with this sort of fate, with the emphasis on this, and I guess I'm born with that kind of fate too. Like, I don't get it. And even Oda makes sure one of the characters, either Nami or Chopper, says, I don't get you sometimes, Brook. Like, that is so suspicious. Brook is hiding something for sure. Maybe he just saw the way that Luffy and Pedro interacted, and he was like, oh, Pedro's going to join up as the next Straw Hat. Maybe that's foreshadowing for that. I doubt it, but dude, I have no clue what Brook's getting at here. So we end with them finally reaching Whole Cake. And when they finally reach there, our plan is we're landing at this cape. And when we land at this cape, there's supposed to be no guards there, but Luffy says he sees somebody standing there. My thoughts, it's either gotta be Jinbei, who is now going to be injured or has lost a lot of his lifespan, or Sanji or Pudding. I would say Sanji more likely than Pudding, or going to be Peckham's. And either way, any of those four, I think that it's going to be a trap. No matter who it is, whether it's Sanji standing there, whether it's Peckham standing there, whether it's Jinbei, I think there's going to be a trap. It has to be a trap. So, things aren't going to work out so well for us. And there's one other thing on that last page that I didn't notice in the live reaction that I keep seeing people saying they want YouTubers to talk about or whatever, and all their like live reactions they say, hey, or their reviews, they say you didn't talk about the chick in the armor behind, I think it was behind Chopper, or Carrot, behind somebody. So, looking at it and stuff, I'm pretty 100%, like, if you were to ask, I would say I'm 100% certain it's Nami. I think it's just a mistake, because Nami is in the next panel, the panel right after that with no armor. And there doesn't really seem to be a time skip between the two, like a significant one. So maybe the armor was used for comedic effect, saying that she was scared of the ants, and that just didn't really roll over well with readers. It didn't make that much sense. The joke kind of fell flat. Or maybe it's just a mistake, and Oda made the mistake of drawing her in armor and then drawing her without armor the next panel. That's totally possible. I have absolutely no clue, really. I say it's Nami. I say it's likely a mistake or just something used for comedic effect. I highly doubt it is anything significant. I don't think it's foreshadowing for anything, and I also don't think that it's some new character, some stowaway. So, yeah, pretty sure it's Nami. But for this chapter as a whole, what I think of it, I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty damn good. It was really good. I think being very good, it raised a lot more questions than it gave us answers and progression. We did get a lot of progression, don't get me wrong, but it raised a shit ton of questions, like about Brook, about Big Mom, about Pedro. There's just a lot of questions I have. So there's that. And I gotta say, scenes that I absolutely love. I love the scene with Jinbei and his crew and their speeches. I really can't wait to see that in the anime. That will be really, really nice. Also, I really love the entire scene at night with the Straw Hats and talking about Pedro's past, just because that setting is really unique and awesome. And just it looked so cool. It was a really cool looking scene. I think that would work out well in the anime as well. I'm really excited to see either of them. It's just really cool. After being at Dressrosa with it being daytime for like 2 years of the story, it's so cool to see stuff at Zoe and see stuff here where it's nighttime. It's just really refreshing, I think. And like seeing them sneaking around and stuff, really cool. So yeah, overall I thought this was very good. Not like super blow my mind amazing, but very good. So I'll give it 8 of Brook's secrets out of 10. What the hell, Brook? So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like if you did like it, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of the chapter and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more One Piece, Tower of God, Manmusu, The Walking Dead, Kisniver, Pokemon. Subscribe for a bunch of stuff. Check out the channel if you want. Follow on Twitter as well, because I'll try to keep you updated there as best I can whenever I post anything or push anything back, reschedule, stuff like that. So that's it. Thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.